Whoops. Hey, so how you guys doing today? First, I gotta say Happy Mommy's Day. I got a whole bunch of stuff and chocolate covered strawberries and an orchid and good stuff. So I hope you guys all had a wonderful Mommy's Day. And for those of you that don't have your mommy, I'm sorry. My mom's in Disney World having fun, as she does once a month, and she'll be here in less than 2 weeks. So, and for those of you that are mommies that lost a child, you're still a mommy. He's just in heaven. And that's it. So, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I have been literally buried in web design for the last 48 hours. I got to bed last night at like 6 a.m. and then started again at 11 and just stopped now. And like for like an hour today, I stopped. Played a little Mario Kart and then started again. So my brain is a little fried. I'm a little out of it, but I needed a break. I just had to take a break. If I didn't take a break, I was going to lose my fucking mind. So I figured, you know what? Let me go live for a little while, break it up so I can get my head back into it. But it's coming along great. I am so happy with it. A lot of changes throughout. I keep going back and redoing stuff, but it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. 2 angels. Angels are good. So before we get started, has anyone in here watched Welcome to Eden? It's a Spanish film that they overdubbed on Netflix. They overdubbed it in English. I was watching it yesterday while I was doing the website, and it like had me intrigued. It's part of the reason I was up till 6 o'clock in the morning, but it was really good. I hope that they do another one next year, another season, because it leaves you like cliffhangers. You're like, oh my God, what happened? What is she gonna do? But it's wild. I don't remember paying that much attention in the beginning, but afterward, yeah, it's pretty intense. It gets really good. So I would recommend it. I think there's 8 episodes, and if you like dark stuff, you'll like it. It is very dark. But it's really, really good. So, all right. There's a couple of things I do want to say. So, Willow, I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure because I just got a message about striking that person. Dude, these people are so far beneath me. I heard last night one of them did it, and they're so desperate for content. I can't with these people. Like, they're just desperate and pathetic. And they're just not even in my class. They're so far beneath me that I really don't give any merit to what they say, nor do I care. That's why I don't watch them. But you sounded like you wanted to take a link. Like I said, if you want to tell me what's going on, I'm more than willing to listen to you. But before you come up, let me say this. And people need to seriously understand this. And I've said it before, and I don't know why people don't catch on. Dragging someone, now think about what it says. When you drag somebody, you have to physically be there. The only other way to virtually drag someone is if 2 people are fighting. If there's only one person speaking and the other one doesn't even know they exist, that's not dragging someone. That's just being an asshole, and it's really kind of pathetic. So if you have someone on your panel and you're fighting with them, that's dragging. If you go head to head with someone, that's dragging someone. But too many pathetic people in this community think just because you talk shit about someone, that means you're dragging them. No, that actually just makes you really pathetic and lonely and kind of an idiot. So, yeah, before you say you're going to drag someone, you might want to have the person there. If the person is not engaging with you, that's not a drag. So, yeah, you might want to find someone to argue with that actually engages with you, because anything less than that, it's not a dragging. You're talking shit about someone. That's not a dragging. So, yeah, I just want to get that out of the way. But Willow, did you still want a link? Happy Mother's Day, everyone. None of your biz, where have you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Mm-mm-mm-mm. You just come members can have website testing on various devices. That is true, but I'm not even anywhere near there yet. I am still on the home page. I keep redoing it 1,500 times. Oh, you had COVID? Oh no. I hope you're okay. COVID's not bad. I mean, not COVID's not bad. That's not good. COVID's not good. I said that wrong. Hey, Willow, where you at? Oh, Willow, Willow. Willow, Willow. Oh, Willow. Willow. All right, Willow disappeared on me. And that's it. It's like me sitting up here talking shit about somebody. That doesn't mean I'm dragging them. Just means I'm talking shit about them. But if they're not listening or they're not watching, that's kind of sad and pathetic. Hey, Kellyanne. Okay, but my parents had it. My husband had it. I'm at the end. Aw. Blew a potato up in my microwave. That's not good. Here's a link. Kelly, it's your first time here. It's not going to be the most exciting. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I'm telling you, it's really good. It's like different, but I like dark stuff like that. And even though the overdubbing can get annoying sometimes, I mean, seems like these foreign shows, like the ones from Germany or Spain, some of them are just so much better than US. Like, we don't come up with some of the theories that they do. And if it's really good, it'll keep my attention over the overdubbing. Because sometimes I don't like it, but yeah, these shows have been really good. If Happy Valley's on Netflix, love it. Just rewatched. If it is, what's it about? Then I was watching that game show Bullshit with what's his name? Howie Mandel. It was actually good. Dane's okay. Dane has an attitude. And that's it. And I'm trying to be nice. The dark one is what did I just say? Welcome to Eden. But there's a show I talked about a while ago named Dark from Germany. Oh my god, that was like the best series I ever watched. Oh shit, I just realized today's a month since Brad died. You didn't like it? One Lady, Won a Million? You easily entertained? Kelly, how'd you find me? Set in England crime, female detective nailing serial killer. Yeah, sometimes they're good, Mari. The truth? Yeah, the truth. No, I want you to lie to me. Hasta welcome, but it's not. I didn't say it was Scottish. I said Spanish. No, once again, I said Spanish. Clean your ears out, Lindsay. Clean your ears out. YouTubers live? Ew. I didn't even know she did one about me and GW. I haven't watched her in probably a year and a half, 2 years. I have no desire to watch her. I think she's just a drunk, pathetic person who makes, does good animation. Surfside condo collapse, structural engineering commentary. Yeah, that would not excite me. What's up, Dawn? Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Willow, where you at? Did you clean out the potato? There was something else I was going to talk to you guys about. Now I don't remember. There was a whole other reason I went live. Hey, Scoop. And I honestly don't remember what it was. Shit. Oh my God. Why don't I remember? I seriously don't remember. No, the dragon thing, I'm waiting for Willow. The other half of that, I'm waiting for Willow. I guess he's still cleaning his potato out. I can't talk to you. I got a potato in my ear. Actually, it was a banana. I got a banana in my ear. Hey, Tex Girl. Happy Mama's Day. You were taking a break. Yeah. Dude, it's driving me nuts. But it's coming out good. Well, you got a banana in your ear? Nah. Not at all. I know. There was something else I was going to say. I can't remember. Hey, Willow. Oh, Willow. I don't really have much to say. That's it. I can end the live. I'm telling you, I think she's dead. Oh my God, what was it? I remember. Willow. What are you doing, Willow? Who's dead? The White case. Like, a lot of people are intrigued by it. I don't see anything to it. They escaped. There's no new information. What am I missing? Yeah. She's not a convict. He's a convict. I don't know I don't know his name, though. I guess he's Casey. I don't know. I haven't really followed it because there's no information. It's people repeating the same shit. I think she is dead. I really do. Madeline McCain is they gotta kill her, right? I don't know. This is why I suck at true crime because I don't get into every little detail to repeat the same things that everybody knows. Like, I like cases that it's something new. I can dig into it. I can, come up with different scenarios. There's nothing to this case. It's the same facts. There's no new facts. Same thing over and over. I know what we could talk about while we're waiting for Willow. I got a question. Lindsay, you're not allowed to answer. Do you guys think, because we had this argument in Patreon the other day, so I'm going to open it up to everyone here. Do you guys think that just because somebody is rich, it makes them privileged? That's what I want to know. I'm sure a lot of people do that. No. See, I don't either. Lindsay doesn't either. But there are some people in here who will remain nameless that think that super rich people are overpaid and that they should not make that much money. And I totally disagree. I think actors and actresses work very hard. And if a film is making, $800 million, they deserve 20 million. Hey, Brian, they deserve 20 million. They do work for years on one film and they give it their blood, sweat, and tears. So I'm not one to ever think just because you're rich. See, Beth, you think, but they feel entitled. See, I don't see that. Like, I get it's definitely specific about who would feel entitled and who doesn't. But there's a lot of people that I just don't feel they're entitled. I think they would make the same mistakes that they would if they weren't rich. Privileged, well, if it's a state of mind, D-Land, then I am definitely privileged because I think I'm the bomb. I think I'm rich. I think I have millions of dollars. So just call me Paris. But I was actually really surprised at how many people think that just because they're that rich, they're privileged or they believe they're privileged. And I just don't agree with that. I think that could go for anybody. Argument? Whoever wants a link, I'll drop a link. Privilege implies gratitude. No, privilege doesn't imply gratitude. I identify as, there you go. You probably identify as a sexy mofo too, Brian. It absolutely can. I don't know. To me, privilege and gratitude doesn't go hand in entitlement. Yes. If they work for it, no. But some that don't work or handed everything think they're entitled to everything. Okay, but they may not know any better. Paris Hilton, when she did that TV show and said that, she didn't know what a Walmart was, why would she know what a Walmart is? She doesn't need discounts on anything. So I was only kidding, Brian. So I never really bought that either. Sex isn't all about, no, it's about how a person walks, how they carry themselves, a lot of things. I'm white, but if I were to be privileged, I'd say that the only way to be privileged is to be worthy to walk. Jonathan, I gotta totally disagree with that. Sorry. Who defines work? Who defines hard enough work? Good point. Excellent point. I like that. Who defines how hard somebody works? Well, I do know that acting is extremely hard. Not everyone can do it, obviously. think it's certain legal and criminal issues, perhaps it does create privilege. Well, but Amber, that's more the way of the world. You know what I'm saying? That really is the weight of the world. If you work hard enough to perfect your craft, why not enjoy the fruits of your labor? Good point. Excellent point. I like that, Adrian. Since Willow left me, which I don't know why he asked for a link and then disappeared on me. There's a link if anyone wants to come up. I'm definitely not staying on long, but I figured it was a good topic. I think it happens, but it shouldn't. Actor equal massive need for... See, I disagree with that. I really disagree with that. Because we need actors and actresses of the world. I mean, they're completely entertaining. Doesn't Will Smith not getting arrested for assault someone show he has put... No. Who that? There you are. Willow?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's up? What's up?
Man, this actually is kind of a cooler app than I thought it was. Like, it lets you mirror your camera, unlike StreamYards, which to this day I jack up anytime I use StreamYards. I try to show somebody something on camera and it's like way over here in left field some damn where because everything's ass backwards. This is actually a pretty cool app, man. I've been playing with it for like 10 minutes before I came in here. It's fantastic. I like this.
Let me know if you're going to sign up for it, because then if you sign up for the pro program, then you get $10 off and I get $10.
Oh, and it shows the comments. What's up, dude? That is rad as shit. Like, I'm totally fixing to boycott my StreamYard, dude. This is dope.
Sucks.
Like, this is great.
Much more you can do with this. And you know what else they do? They record all of your recordings. I mean, all of your lives are recorded and saved in their thing for like 30 days. And
oh, see, that's cool. You gotta pay for all that shit with StreamYard. Like, way more. Like, you have to pay. I mean, it's cool. They will separate audio files and shit for you if you want to do, like, you know, individual uploads of podcasts of, like, you know, this guest has its own audio file, this guest... I mean, that's cool, but I don't know why I would ever use it. But they charge you out the ass to do it on StreamYard.
Yeah,
so,
no,
that's...
free. Everything is all included.
That's pretty dope, man. Long live some Melon app.
Their basic plan here is only, I think, 10, and then the pro, I believe, is 25. And
shit, that's not bad
I think there's 3 tiers, but the middle one is the same price as StreamYards, and it's 10 times.
Yeah, because I'm going to turn that off. I forgot I got notifications on my damn... I'm on my phone, so I wasn't sure how that was going to work anyway. Let me, we were fixing to do not disturb for a second, because I'm a popular son of a bitch sometimes, it seems like. And, okay, do not disturb. I learned that was like airplane mode with data. I always thought that's what airplane mode was for, and then I realized I had no service at all. No, I really wouldn't. There ain't much to it. I just assumed, I didn't even read what the title was about. I saw you going live. I said, yep, she saw that live. No. She finna get your ass, homeboy.
I heard about it. Somebody sent me a text that said, strike this motherfucker.
Dude.
Said, I don't even know who he is other than he's from Under Cheese. Like, that's all I know. To me, he's just so, like, not... All of them. Like, why would I fight with them? They're fucking so far beneath me. Like, ew.
I think I almost have more of a question than anything. What is the obsession? Because you've got a couple of really devout fan clubs.
I know it.
You've got that one channel. Her whole channel ain't nothing but you. That's all that one channel is. It is nothing but... Yeah, I guess that's what the name is this week. It changes periodically. Yeah, and then now this. And look, I hate to do this, man, because I like Nat Clo. I like the guy. I did. I like him. But
I never
since
there
was this... There's apparently this falling out between... Well, not apparently. I mean, that much is an absolute fact. That he had a falling out over, you know, some of the RDA people who were friends of mine, and he just jumped ship, left town, and does the typical thing that most YouTubers do. When you're now outcasted from this club, you immediately jump ship to the first place that'll have you, that is probably like-minded people.
Well,
So
the
that's where
Browns will take anybody though. They have no couth at all. They will take anybody.
well, he of course he immediately runs over to all the people that don't like RDA. Okay, let's even go a step. Yeah, hey, God Almighty, I'm totally gonna get in trouble for this. So basically, he has a thing about Steph, and that went to shit. So he spurred out and showed his ass and ran over to the ponies and just started, I guess, outing everything he knows about everything. That's whatever, man. That's their beef. That was all going down
And
about the
that
time.
hold on, and that type of person is like a fourth grader. And that's why not only could he never even possibly drag me because he's just not that intelligent or educated or mature to really drag somebody, but he's just not even close to being anywhere near my league that I would even think about him, let alone watch him.
Well, in fairness, too, I don't really know why this was a dragging. It was really just an hour of clips that we've all seen before.
Because that's all they
And
do. They just keep regurgitating. It's like vomiting the same fucking clips from 3, 4 years ago. Like, who cares?
the
Nobody
exact
cares.
same shit. I don't think there was a single word said on the stream. I don't think. I don't think anybody ever spoke. I think it was just a sequence of clips. Of course, it covered the candle. It covered the you and Savage clip. It covered John Crimes calling you a Nazi racist.
Yeah, like who
Of course,
cares? Like
it's the
that's my
same
point.
shit.
Like
It's
who
the same
cares? Like
shit.
I don't even remember 90% of the shit these people play. Like, that's how much they mean to me. So I don't know why they keep throwing up this same bullshit. It's time for them to move on. Like,
I
seriously, move on. Go find some. I mean, think about how excited they were that I responded to somebody yesterday. I never mentioned any of these other people. So why do you think that gives you the right to start talking about like they probably got wet and hard just fucking waiting for me to say one thing. So it's okay that someone could lie on me, but if I respond, they get all wet and hard like, "Ooh, they just orgasmed." Oh
I,
my god, now let's go after like, "Oh my god, get a fucking life."
Dude,
Like,
that would be kind of the thing, and that's kind of why I have to somewhat question this because look, man, I can understand that there's history with a lot of people that was going on long before I got here. I get that, but to some degree, you do have to move on at some point, especially if there's not a big back and forth, and there hasn't been a back and forth. I will give credit to this. You are probably the one who I see talk the least shit
thank
about
you.
anybody over there first.
I
I'm
don't.
sure it's happened at some point in time in the
Nope,
past.
it
Cool.
hasn't. It hasn't. That's the thing. I have
But
always been the one to respond. I've been waiting 3 years for somebody to show me where I drew first blood. I've yet to see it.
it's just it's mind boggling. And like I said, with this, I saw the reminder go up yesterday, and I thought, man, is that really what this is? Please tell me that's kind of a joke. Because, like I said, Nat, I've always been cool with him. But when I saw this, I thought, you going to pull this shit on Mother's Day, man? Like, I don't care what kind of beef and drama's going on. This is just my personal rule. In a community that is 95% women, I ain't dragging no women on Mother's Day. I ain't doing it.
That's
I don't
not,
give a damn. I hate your ass. I give you a reprieve today.
but but I
I'm
don't
not doing it on Mother's Day.
he's nobody. Like I don't watch him. I don't even know who he is. I know he used to come in my chat here and there, but that's about all I seriously know about him. So he's just like RDA used to put me in their title. Like, why? I mean, at least they were cooler than this guy. Like, whether it's Mother's Day or not, I don't even think like that because I don't watch the dude. Like, I just don't have any idea who he is. To me, I call him Famunda Cheese because his name looks like Nacho, and that's who Famunda. You know,
I was wondering what the name was about. Got
that's
it.
how I've always
Okay.
seen him. Honestly, it's how I've always seen him. Nacho Famunda Cheese. But these people have no idea what a dragging is. You like I said earlier, I don't know if you were cleaning out the potato. A drag
Yeah, it's still
goes
there.
both ways. Like if you and I started fighting right now and we started like dragging each other, we're you're not face to face, but we're on the same panel together.
Yeah,
That's the only time you can actually drag somebody is when you're either physically in person or you're on a panel with them. Somebody talking shit about you when you're not there or listening, that's not dragging. That just
yes,
makes
it's talking shit.
yeah, it
It's
just makes
talking
you
shit.
pathetic talking shit about somebody who's not listening. It's like talking about somebody behind their back. Like, well, if the other person's not listening, then who fucking cares?
I guess my biggest thing with this community entirely, at least from the drama side of it, is I don't really understand the mindset. Like, there seems to be this mindset that if more people say it, it must be true.
That's
Because anytime you see some drama pop off, you will see the exact same clip hit about the same 5 to 6 channels all within an hour of each other. The exact same clip, the exact same story, the exact same narrative carrying the exact same water for the exact same purpose.
yep.
And I'm like, you're kind of just undercutting each other's views anyway. You know that, right? You're all kind of fucking one another is what you're doing.
There was a time, dude, that they literally went live one after the next, just from something I said. I was like, thank you for making me this important because nobody in my real life has made me this important. But literally one after the next, like one would end, the other one would start with the exact same stuff.
The exact same clips.
I was
Not the
like,
exact same shit.
yep.
And I don't really understand unless that's literally the angle we're working here is more must mean true. So if we all say the exact same shit, then surely nobody will question it. And like I said, man, if there's clips of somebody doing something, I mean, okay, I guess it's there. And I'm sure if I sat down and went through every single one of them, I'd find things that were said or done I probably don't agree with either. However, there's lots of people actually, there's not lots of people. I don't know a single person on the internet that I could really completely agree with them at all times ever about anything. But I don't think it necessarily warrants me dedicating an hour of my life to you today. I don't know that it definitely warrants me sitting here, compiling a shit ton of clips that everybody has seen 119 times over. Like I said, I've been here 6 months. I've 6 months. I've seen every single clip that was on that stream today. I've done seen it. I've already heard it.
You've
About
probably
8 times.
more than once too. Exactly.
Absolutely, a whole bunch of times. I got it. You recorded something at a service or some shit. When I got it, okay, fine,
Years
whatever.
ago. That was 2019. We are in
Yeah,
2022. These people need to move the fuck on.
and internet years are like dog years. In 2019, that's like a decade ago, bro. That's
Exactly.
a long ass time ago, man.
Exactly.
That's a long ass time ago. And again, that's not even really something that I think, oh, what a horrible, horrible human being you are. Some of that's just opinion. Some people have no problem with that. You talked about, just coming from, what you went through. Some people think it's weird to photo at a service, or I don't think it is. I know a bunch of people that take photos and video at services and funerals and wakes, and I don't think it's all that uncommon. That's just really an opinionated thing. Some people agree with it, some people don't. To each their own, I reckon. I guess I just don't really understand where the locked in is on you. I mean, with all the drama that goes down in the drama community, what exactly tit for tat do you have going on with them? Because I'm missing it. Because I spend more time in your chat than probably any chat in these two communities between the trauma, the true crime, and the drama. I probably spend more time in your chat than anywhere else. And I don't see you talking shit about any of them, really.
I don't.
I mean, like, very, very, I mean, they rarely come up at all. So,
Totally
it's just
agree.
bizarre. It's.
I've been saying this for 2 years already. Like when they were bringing up stuff from 2019 and they were bringing it up in 2021, it was like, all right, guys, enough is enough. Especially when I have no desire to fuck with them at all and they still can't stop. And it's like, wow, thank you. Thank you for making me this fucking relevant. And then they try to blame me because they can't shut up. Like again, yesterday I responded to somebody who was blatantly lying on me. Well, out of nowhere, these weirdos decide, well, that's open range for let's go after her and bring up this. Why? Like, are you that pathetic? Yeah, I guess I answered my own question. I guess that's kind of rhetorical because, yeah, they are that pathetic.
It was hard, man. It was hard to sit there and watch it, not say something today. It was. I sit there for about 30 minutes of it, thought, man, if I say something, what's going to happen? They're just going to block me, I'm sure. There was somebody in there. I don't know who it was. I don't recall seeing her around a whole bunch, but there was one chick in there that was going to the mat for you pretty good. She had a wrench, too. Yeah, she had a wrench on that channel. I want to say her name was Raquel something, maybe?
Oh,
I think that was it. Raquel? The guy, I don't know. I have to go back and look at it, but she, because the first clip I walked into was a clip about something about CBD and not being able to sell it on the website because of whatever I'm assuming whatever transaction payment wise that Wix uses. Yeah, and that's not uncommon to us. We know about that too, because a lot of like vape companies I deal with can't none of us deal with PayPal because now all of these vape companies usually deal with CBD too, and PayPal don't play that shit. If they find you dicking around with vape gear, yeah, if they find you dicking around with vape gear and CBD, they will shut your PayPal down completely.
Why is this content for them? You just said it. Like, why is this content?
That's yeah, I mean, it's factually correct. You can't do that. They will shut your shit down.
That's what I know that. Like, I don't understand why they pick whatever they can. Like Pugs, perfect example yesterday. Pugs lied through her teeth and said, "Oh, well, we're laughing at Lauren, but Pugs, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, you dumb bitch. That's why I made the community post I made. Like, I just don't understand these people. Like, they are so insecure, and I guess the right word is inferior, but they are so inferior to me that they will find anything to try to make themselves sound smarter, more important, or whatever. Like, that's fucking weird.
This particular instance, if I'm being honest, and I was going to tiptoe around saying it, but I'm just going to say it. What I think it truthfully is in this particular situation, that because I hear the term hate bonding thrown around a lot, which there seems to be a whole lot of that. Everybody says, oh, they're hate bonding there, but everybody does it. As soon as one party jumps teams to the next team, they completely run to the opposing team. They all do it. They all do it. And when the shit went down between RDA and Natclo took off, running over to the ponies, and now he is, I guess, a hired stable boy. I don't know exactly what he does over there, but he does it. And I think this was more of a carrying the water kind of thing. You know, they all tend to have some kind of grievance with you about something. I'm sure it's some historical event that I'm not privy to, whatever. But there seems to be an issue there.
There is no, like, when you have an issue with somebody, it goes both ways. You can't have an issue with somebody that goes on for 3 years that you're the only one talking about that person. Like, that's when you need to look inside yourself and say, well, they're not fighting back. They're not fighting with me. I've already made up with them. So maybe it's me that's the problem, not them. Like,
I hope people feel that way about me. I hope everybody has an issue with me, because if you're taking that much time out of your day and you're the only one bitching as you, I'm good with that. Exactly. Keep screaming at the wall, man. Keep screaming at the wall. I'm sure they're listening.
Thank you, Preston. Thank you, honey. I just got flowers.
Oh.
My daughter's boyfriend.
Oh, damn. Oh, that must be a serious relationship. He's trying big.
Yeah,
he's trying big.
He just loves me.
That's the one that's going to fuck around and put a ring on it, probably. He's trying. He done walked in and gave mama flowers. Oh,
they're
shit.
young. They're only 17. They're young.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's true.
But
I remember being 17 and in love, damn it. That was good times, man. Sneaking off with your girlfriend, breaking curfew, going to proms and shit, talking your parents into spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on shit you're going to wear for one night, and then probably get drunk and hurl off a balcony before the night's out. And hope like hell you don't get it all over your Perry Ellis tux. Yeah, been there.
So, do I have any pink juice left? Or did Phoenix drink it? But yeah, I just, like, it comes to a point where if somebody is not interested in fighting back, thank you. If someone's not interested in fighting back, it's time you take a look at yourself and say, well, maybe it's time I move on. Maybe it's time I go find somebody that can actually fight with me instead of me just holding on to something that doesn't even have anything to do with me and constantly talking shit about the same person. Like, how fucking immature and insecure do you have to be to go on for 3 years about something that I did that you may not agree with? Whose fucking
Well,
problem is that? That's your problem then. It
I
doesn't
think that's
my
kind
life.
of what. Well, that's kind of what bothered me a little bit about this particular situation. I like the guy. I always did. Obviously, like I said, there was a big blow up, with him and RDA, which, like I said, a lot of the RDA guys are friends of mine. So, I kind of stayed out of that because that was kind of going down when I showed up. So, I don't have a whole lot of info as to what exactly happened. But I know that he has no dealings as far as Natclo. I know he has no dealings with you. So for him to have done this, it really is nothing more than carrying the water for your new friends.
Well, one of
Because
the
there
ponies
is no
told
history
him
between
to
you
do
and
it.
him.
No, one of the ponies told him to do it. I have a screenshot. Someone said in the
Oh,
chat,
okay.
one of them said, "Oh, not Nacho. You let's drag
Nacho.
Laura. Like, what's the matter? You can't drag me yourself? Like, are you that much of a freaking punk? You can't do it yourself. You gotta have a guy do it. Like, this is why I can't with these people. I just can't.
Yeah, I just don't get it, man. There's plenty of drama in this community. There's plenty of things to pick at and go at if you wanted to. I don't see it over here, man. I really
Hold
don't.
on, Nacho from Under Cheese is in here. Oh, you're saying no one told you to do it? Okay, hold on. Let me show where that's a lie.
Well, then why would you do it though? I
So
mean,
hold
really,
on.
like,
Maury said that's a lie. Now I'm going to show it and make you look like an idiot, just like the other person. And I really wasn't going to show it live, but now you leave me no choice.
see, I didn't create a shit show. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, I just don't like someone coming in here and lying. Just say straight up, yeah, someone told me to do it. Hold on. Where? I gotta make sure I wasn't showing my screen.
But why, Nat? Why? Why?
Uh, 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 uh.
And see, that's kind of what it looks like to me too. Is like, well, all my other friends are doing it, so fuck it. Here, take that. Um, which don't get me wrong. Thank God I'm a lazy ass and I have a shitty work ethic, because every morning I get up and I pick up my phone and just kind of scroll through YouTube. I see about 10 or 12 things that instantly piss me off. That if I was worth a shit at editing videos or any, I would be in so much trouble, because my initial knee jerk reaction is to get up and just start cussing and ranting and raving and acting a fool. Then I get some coffee in me and I kind of calm down and I go, yeah, well, whatever. It's kind of stupid.
What does
I
that
just
say
let it go.
what does that say on the screen, Nacho? It says, let's drag Laura Nacho. So nobody told you to do it though, right? Are you still sticking with that story? Because I think it's
Ah,
pretty clear that somebody told you to do it. Just saying.
oh shit.
But you still denying it?
That wasn't the name I was expecting to see. Damn.
So
Damn. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see that one coming at all. Shit. Okay. The plot thickens. Um.
but Nacho, let me explain this to you, just so you understand, because I've said it before. In order to drag somebody, you have to do it two ways. You can either drag them by their hair and drag them across the sidewalk, or you can actually be on a panel with them and fight with them. That would be dragging. But when you just make clips that someone gave you from years and years and years ago and shit that you're not involved with that doesn't even matter, that doesn't make you dragging. That just makes you pathetic. And I'm sorry you're too immature to even know the difference.
I don't. Like I said, it would make sense if y'all had a history or something. I could understand that. But to the best of my knowledge, y'all obviously don't know each other very well.
I don't even know who he
So,
is. I don't even know his name. I thought it was a girl. I
uh,
literally thought he was a girl for the longest time. Someone said, no, that's a guy. I said, it's a guy. That's a
Yeah,
girl.
that's always a big shock in this community because it is so female driven in this community that when you find out somebody's a guy from the chat, you're automatically shocked. Everybody was sweetheart and doll and all that shit to me for months too, until they finally found out I was a guy. After I appeared on like the first panel in the community, they're like, "Holy shit, that's a dude!" So it's apparently not super common. There's only a handful of us that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's probably a few more in the chat that I'm unaware of, but I think as far as other creators, you got well, I can't even say I'm a creator. I'm a musician. I have nothing to do with this community per se. I'm probably fixing to, but per se, that's not what I do. I guess you got Benny, you got Dolly, you got maybe a handful of maybe three or four others. There's not many. Um,
Oh, there's,
yeah,
but Benny is not a real man. I mean, he's got a penis and all, but the way he speaks to women, yeah, I have zero respect. And Dolly is getting too money hungry and turned into NPL, in my opinion.
dude,
And
man, I have a
I like
I I did too.
and
I'm on the fence with Dolly right now, man. I hate it because I like the guy. I like him as a personality. I think he's a great host. He's a great talker. I'm a little disgruntled about some of the shit I'm seeing right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was actually a member of his channel when I first came into this community. I really liked him. I kind of briefly knew him from when he was doing like, because he totally grifted from somewhere else. He was originally doing like music commentary on like hip hop and things like the Takashi story and stuff like that. And I was actually a fan of the guy. I've known him for years just from watching him, and I started going on his panel. And I really hit it off with him, man. I like him a lot. I watched him kind of slowly migrate into the true crime community. And all of a sudden, now we're jumping out of the car, ambushing, 15, 16-year-old kids wanting to do interviews and whatnot. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. How old is Hunter? What is he, 16, maybe?
no, I think he's 17 or 18 now.
Yeah,
He
is he? Okay,
was
okay.
like 16 and then I think he's 17 maybe.
And don't get me wrong, he a big old boy. I mean, he can take care of himself, but still, man, I just don't think it's a good look. I saw that clip the other day. I didn't even realize he was in Tennessee. I didn't realize that, the Dolly I met was the same guy who felt the way I did, who was kind of shit talking MGL for ambushing people on their jobs, for, showing up at people's homes,
And then he does.
and then absolutely does it.
Yep.
And man, look, yeah, look, you went down there. That's fine. I don't have a problem with people going there. Either be invited or do it respectfully, or go places and set up interviews. Call first, make a reservation, do something. Don't just show up at people's at people's work, at people's yards, people's homes. That's a quick way to get shot, for one. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, my house, if I catch some stranger jump out of a car running up on my 14, 15, 16, even 17-year-old son, you might end up on the business end of some serious shit, homeboy.
That's
Not to.
like he's becoming weird and creepy. And he says the other day, he turns around and he's like, oh, if you think you want to get something done, then you need to come here. Stop sitting on your ass. Darling, shut the fuck up. Like, I was there. And, I did get some stuff done, but there's not a lot to get done. Like,
Yeah.
they cut down in a lot of ways. But he's like, oh, I'm going to do this. And I can't believe the numbers he's pulling. And I really think it's because he's a guy. He's a guy with a new perspective, because it's like, you're first coming into this now, and now you think it's a big thing. Like, dude, sit down.
I'm going to be honest, man. To some degree, I think you could be right. And we're fixing to find out, because somebody said that to me the other day. They're like, man, this community seems to like newer outside perspectives on things. Why don't you show your hand and jump in on it yourself? I'm like, bro, I don't want to be a true crime channel. I don't. I love true crime. That's how I ended up over here. I've been probably one of the most devout. Dude, I watch everything true crime. From like real, A&E first 48 shit all the way to the olden days of American history and city confidentials. And I even watch the Storytime channels to this day, like the Bailey Sarians and the Kendall Rays and the Christina Randalls. Yeah, I mean, I watch all that shit, and look, I'm fascinated by a lot of these cases. And most of the time, it's the same cases that everybody else gravitates to. It's the either really mysterious or over the top heinous. That's what made the Chris Watts story so big. It wasn't that was an anomaly of a case. Man wants a divorce, doesn't want to lose half of what he owns, so he kills the wife. That's not a big anomaly. It happens all the time. What made that story such a national spotlight was the fact that this man barehanded killed his 2 children. And
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
next level shit. That's
Mhm.
next level sinister.
I agree.
And people gravitated to it. The same thing with this deal with the laundries. Same exact situation here. It wasn't that was an anomaly level case. It was the fact that this guy who you live in a van with obviously barehanded did this. And there takes a level of heinous to that.
Yep.
When you see somebody pull a gun and shoot somebody, okay, well, he's dead. When somebody stabs somebody 84 times and then dismembers them and puts them in a suitcase, that's going to get attention. That's next level heinous.
I agree.
People are fascinated by shit like that. And that case was one of those type cases that anything that is that hardcore, people will gravitate to it. And then sometimes you get the really mysterious cases that people
Mhm.
gravitate to. What was her name? Kanika Jenkins or whatever, the young girl that ended up in a walk-in cooler of a hotel that nobody knows how she got there, kind of shit.
Mhm.
Those kind of cases. That's not really heinous, just very, very bizarre, and nothing about it makes sense. So, look, I came here for the same reason everybody else did, and I like talking about it. I like following it. I like having my own opinions. I like taking other people's opinions and looking at it completely from the opposite direction just to see if there's any logic to it. If we look at this from a polar different direction than everybody else is looking at it from. Um, but I do think this community is starved for outward opinion sometimes. So anytime somebody new comes in, yes, they pull all the new numbers. And I also think being female driven in this community, anytime a guy comes in, it
Mhm.
does seem to garner a different, kind of tide change a little bit. And I think
Absolutely.
Benny has a way. I will give Benny Keys this. Benny Keys, when I first came into this and met him, well, I haven't met him, but when I first, was introduced to his channel, um, I'm not gonna lie, man. I wasn't a fan right out of the gate because I came into a situation, I guess, between him and Ziggy, who Ziggy I do not know at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, it was very much almost a live doxing, if you will. And when I came into it, I thought, okay, I don't know how I feel about this exactly, but the guy's a great talker. He's a good talker. He's a good salesman. He can read the room and work the crowd, and that's
I
an
don't.
important
I
thing to
don't
have.
agree. I just think he's a lowlife.
Oh,
I
he's
disagree with
definitely
that.
got some asshole tendencies, but I think it makes it fun to watch. Let me say that it makes it fun to watch. It makes it entertaining. It makes it. Then you got guys over here like Ernie Shell. I don't know shit about
Never
him
watched
either.
him.
He just
Never
seems
watched him.
absolute batshit crazy. Like I'll just say that dude is batshit. I don't know.
The
I don't
thing
know.
is, though, none of that is true crime. Like Benny is the sole reason I walked away from Summer Wells. Like I'll still listen to Tiffany and I'll still watch Tiffany and stuff, but there's no new information, and I just can't stand Benny. And I wasn't dealing with Benny and his bullshit. And I saw what he did to MGL between MGL, Betty, JLR, and Benny. I was like, you know what? I'm fucking out. I will never discuss this case again. I was like, they are all batshit fucking money hungry crazy.
And
And
it just seems like it's
everyone knows,
taken
jump
a
on something
totally.
else and you'll make money. And they just keep proving it over and over and over.
It really has, man, and that would be the biggest thing I would ask the people who donate and support these channels. I'm by no means telling you not to donate or support it. It's your money. Do with whatever you want to do with it. It's your money. Spend it all. Set it on fire in a fireplace that makes you happy. I don't give a shit. But by giving me $20, do you feel that we've got any closer to finding her?
Exactly.
I
I agree.
mean, yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, I understand the heartstring kind of thing here. That oh well, I gave my money to a good cause. It's going to people who are searching for answers to find this little girl. But by actually putting $100 in my cash app, sure you put gas in my car. I appreciate it. I drive a big ass truck, get about 8 feet to the gallon. Thanks, appreciate it. But did it actually get any closer to bringing this child
No,
home or bringing any answers? I mean, So I think that's where the money game comes in, by making it a real life adventure, by saying, hey, y'all help me get to Tennessee, and I'll go down there firsthand, and we're going to get to the bottom of this shit. I think it tends to make people want to dig a little bit deeper and be a little more open with their wallet. Now, is that necessarily what these creators are doing? I don't know, man. I don't know them. I don't know them on a personal level. But that is kind of the vibe I think it sends sometimes. I will give Benny this. A lot of people are pissed off about him being, in the Wells residence, being all around Candace and all up in that house. Look, I can argue it both ways. But I will say, historically speaking, most mobsters, most big drug cartels, uh, generally goes down because somebody on the inside is playing a game. Somebody inside is wearing wires. Somebody inside is working for the cops. And those are usually how those big crime syndicates go down. So do I think that Benny probably has a better inside look at what's really going down in that house, more so than anybody else? Probably.
But hold on,
Uh,
let's call a spade a spade. None of these people that have gone down there, including myself, but none of these people, well, no, actually what I'm going to say doesn't include myself. Anybody that I have seen that's gone down there, besides me and a couple of others, are going down there or becoming friends with them to win the reward money. Benny went down there because he thought he was going to get reward money. Betty went down there. MGL went down there. They all went down there thinking, oh, we're going to find a reward money. We're going to get this. We're going to get that. They don't care about Summer. They don't give two fucks about Summer. They just they saw dollar signs.
Did
And
anybody else get that vibe that when you watch Batshit Betty or JLR, that have you ever seen so many people while they're searching under a rock or behind a 2x4, like, gee, the cops didn't think to look here.
exactly.
The whole time, every time that the phone immediately turns to selfie mode, and while they're flipping that rock, they're holding that phone like 5 feet away from them so they can make sure they can get themselves in the frame too. Like, everything they do reeks of
Yep.
photo op. JLR, I'll never forget the first video I watched of him, says, searching abandoned property. We're Summer Wells. And then he flips the phone to selfie mode, holds it way out so you can see him walking through a grassy field into an abandoned house, holding a stack of flyers.
Yep.
I'm like, it says abandoned property, jackass. Who are you giving the flyers to? Who?
Yep.
Who you handing them to? It's the same stack of flyers you've been carrying around for 6 months, jackass. Who are you talking to out here? Who are you passing out flyers to? It's a
I
photo op.
agree.
That's all it is.
That's
And
all
I
they
felt
do.
the whole time, when they were working with Olivia, I felt the whole time that was a documentary in the making, that they were trying to pitch that shit and sell it off to Netflix or
Oh,
whoever they could get to buy it.
absolutely. I said that too.
Dude, that's all it was, man.
I
And
know.
if I have any real personal grievance with anybody, it probably is those two jackasses, because they use my political beliefs and background to basically further garner their troll. Because
Yep.
that's what they are. JLR is not a conservative. He's not a MAGA. He's not a Trump supporter. He's not a Republican. He's an asshole. He's
Yep.
an asshole with a social media following who basically does live action LARPing trolling.
Yep.
That's what he does. He just
I
goes
agree.
around and creates shit wherever he goes, because he knows if he dresses like a giant asshat at every rally he goes to, he has enough of a media following now that the mainstream media will come and talk to him because he's dressed like a giant MAGA carrot.
Yep. I
It's just
agree.
ridiculous, man. He is a mockery of everything political. He has become a mockery of this case. And quite frankly, if I've ever thought anybody truly needs their ass whipped, it's that guy.
I think a lot of
100%.
them do. Not just him. I think a lot of them do.
I just, oh my God, that one bothers me. And that was really when I started following this case, was MGL. I kind of started trying to figure out, what was the love affair? What was everybody seeing in her? And so I went, and don't get me wrong, she's another one that's fun to watch. But YouTube creates this weird false sense of, I don't know, false sense of you're right. Because the more people that show up in your chat, most of the time, these people are not here to validate your opinion. They're
Exactly.
here to watch the dumpster fire. But when
Yep.
you see that chat says 3.6K, you somehow think that your means and modes are correct into what you're doing, and you just double down and become that much more of an asshole.
No, that's only
Um,
MGL. MGL thinks like that. A lot of us don't think like that, but I get what you're saying. But
yeah, just like,
that's how she is. But there's a lot of us that don't think like that. That's why I said I don't care if I have 50 people in my chat, because the ones that have 500, you still got the same amount of people chatting. That's it.
yeah, true that. It's about the
All you
same
get is
active
a bunch of hate
participant.
watchers. I don't need hate watchers.
I care far more about being factually correct
Yep,
than I care
I
about the
agree.
numbers. I would rather be right and you come back tomorrow and go, you know what, dude was right, man. It's a shame more people ain't in his chat. I would rather you have that mindset about me than to ever come and watch my show solely because of the ongoing dumpster fire, just because it's a living, breathing meme. Um, maybe that is an ego thing. I just don't like being wrong, and I hate looking ridiculous. I don't care about fame to that point. I mean, I like fame. Money's fantastic. I wish I had more of it. I'm not going to make myself an asshole to do it because the internet's forever, man. I don't want my kids to come back and look at this shit and go, yeah, Grandpa was a dumbass. I don't want anybody to come back and say that 20 years from now. Um,
See, let me
it,
tell you
it,
though, something about something you just said that I have to say something about. Part of the reason these people hate me is because I am right, and they can't fucking stand it. So they will turn around and they will do whatever they can to try to discredit me because they can't just say I was right.
you know what made me a fan of you? Is
But
one day I came in and you said, you know, this isn't necessarily a true crime, this or that. You said, this is a crime discussion channel.
exactly.
You know, I ain't sitting here trying to sell you all the evidence. I'm not going to sit here and play news clips all day. You can go watch that shit yourself.
Yep.
This is a channel about discussing cases and informing your own theories. I was like, you know what? I can respect that, man. I wish everybody else would say that shit. But that's not what happens. They build this massive following, and then all of a sudden, they're now your favorite creator, and everything they say is the gospel, get your Bible.
Nope.
It couldn't be further from the truth, because the only thing that we all know is we don't know shit. That's what we
Exactly.
know. If anybody knew where that little girl was, somebody would be $50,000 richer, and somebody else would be in handcuffs right now.
Damn right.
And none of that's happening. I mean, the reality of it is maybe it was some kind of human trafficking. Maybe it really was an accident. Maybe it was an accident that because of the checkered past of these two people, they knew good and damn well the cops weren't going to hear their story. They freaked out and doubled down. And that's kind of what I always thought happened. I think it kind of was a fluke. I don't think I have run and sold. Let's just say I've been in the export and sales industry for most of my life, and I have been in and out the system. I'm a super duper felon, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you straight up that you can steal all the $1 million paintings that you want. You can boost, big art pieces. You can smuggle keys of dope, but if you don't run in the circles that know where to unload that kind of shit, it's all for none. I
That's
can have a
true.
whole garage full of $1 million paintings. I don't hang out with the kind of clientele that can afford to buy $1 million paintings.
That's so true.
So great. You stole some shit you can't get rid of. That'll be great when the cops get here, dumbass. Congratulations. You're going to jail today. And the same thing with human trafficking. I don't know exactly, and I have a lot of gangster friends. I mean, real pipe hitting, hardcore, end up in the back of a trunk if you ain't real careful type friends. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, ain't none of us in the baby selling business. I don't even know where the hell to take a child. Most of my friends don't want their kids. What the hell they want with yours? I mean, I have no idea where to take a 5-year-old.
I hear you.
I guess to the daycare to see the other 5-year-olds. Hell, I don't know what the hell we doing. I don't know where to
Pretty
take the
big there
kid.
though. Seems to be pretty big in Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, and I've seen where these people live, and I ain't bagging on them at all. I'm in the middle of Podunk, Alabama. I am up in the woods, bruh. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I just don't think there's a big child heisting market going down in the middle of central Alabama.
There's not.
Um, I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm going to say it's unlikely. The only thing that makes this seem somewhat feasible is the deeper we get into this story, the more we find out that everybody that hung out in that house had some sort of weird quirk or vice, and they were
Yep,
all crazy as hell and on dope.
that's true.
So Okay, but now keep in mind the people you're listening to who are selling you this shit on YouTube are equally as batshit crazy as them.
Yep.
So
I
who's
agree.
winning? I mean,
Totally
you
agree.
know, any way you slice it, whether he was undercover or whether it was legit, Benny was living there for months. Does that make him part of the problem too? I wouldn't think, but I mean, you've got to at least keep in mind who's selling you the story.
Yeah, Benny's definitely
So,
part of a problem.
and everybody at this point has something to gain from this. That to me is always the biggest thing you have to ask yourself in situations like this. Who's selling me the story, and what do you have to gain from this?
It's true.
If the guy pissing on my leg telling me that it's raining outside happens to be the same jackass that owns the umbrella shop, Houston, we have a problem.
I agree.
And that seems to be where this case has went. I mean, at this point, I think everybody's guess is just as valid as the other person's, and everybody's guess is just as full of shit as the other person's. Um, I think when this finally comes out, it's going to go down about the way most of these cases go down. Somebody is going to flip their shit and say something they shouldn't have said. And I really kind of thought it would happen. I kind of thought when Candace ended up by herself and Don ended up in jail, generally the longer somebody sits in jail, the less love they feel.
Mhm.
It's kind of a rule in our line of work that if somebody gets hit, get them out now. Because the longer they sit there, the more they feel forgotten about. And the more they
I
feel
agree.
forgotten about, the more inclined they are to start singing like a canary in the coal mine. And they going to tell everything they know.
See,
So get them out now.
part of the
But
problem is though, Benny is such a low life that he blew it. He was so caught up in the drama and money that if he would have been smart and he would have had a half a fucking brain, he would have played. This is why when you say like he's entertaining, I just think he's an idiot. Because if he would have played Candace the way I thought he was going to, we would have an answer already. But nope,
I,
she
I'm
didn't.
not gonna lie, that I don't understand. And I've never spoke to Benny, man, and I don't want to, just YouTube analyzing, man. I don't know the cat. But what I will say is of all the times to pull the plug and get out, why now? I mean, you wrote it
Exactly.
this far. You wrote it this far. See it through. I mean, at this point, you've already defended them because see that became a bad narrative in this community. That somehow by saying you shouldn't show up at people's jobs, by somehow saying, "Hey, let's hold off until the cops make a move." We don't know because I love these communities that are all like, "I stand with the victims, listen and believe." Hashtag believe all victims. But you do understand until somebody puts cuffs on one of those two assholes, they're victims.
Exactly.
Any way you slice it right now, they are the victims of a
I
missing
agree.
child. And if
Yep.
you get this wrong and we find out that it was some little neighbor kid down the road who's 9 years old who did something stupid to a 5-year-old little girl and freaked out, and we've been looking in the wrong direction this whole time, and y'all done got these people fired, then got them put in jail, all kinds of other bullshit, guess what, MGL? You're going to look like a real asshole when this all goes down.
That's
Um,
saying that to her from day one.
So, just because I am pro law and order, just because I am pro innocent until proven guilty, does not make me pro Don Wales. Both of those things can live under the same roof at the same time.
I agree.
Uh, I was never, Team Candace. I was simply Team, we don't know what the hell we doing, and right now they're still innocent.
Why do you
And
think
some,
Betty hated me from day one? Because I went on MGL's panel and said that. I said, what happened to innocent till proven guilty? And that's when Betty went on her kick about, oh, that doesn't matter. And from
that
that day,
doesn't matter the hills on the ground. It's guilty until proven
yep,
otherwise. And I'm sitting there thinking, you calling yourself a conservative? You're calling yourself a Republican? Dude, I don't know. Not one of my conservative friends would say some shit like that.
the only
Not
thing she
one.
needs to call herself is a fucking narcissist. That's it.
Yes. And I mean, I've never had any dealings with her either. And I'm gonna be real. When it comes down to to Molly, I've had very minimal dealings with her. Again, she's one of those people that's fun to watch. She's polarizing. I get it. I understand why people tune in.
I haven't
And I
watched
will give you daps. I will say that. Back when you and her were still cool, I used to watch you. You would argue with her. You were one of the
it.
few that would go on her path and argue with her.
Hell yeah.
Um, and it always seemed cool, though. No matter what, y'all always ended up civil. She always seemed to kind of take it in stride. She never really blew a fuse about it. Um, to some degree, that kind of gave me some respect for her. And it also, after the night she came on Dolly's panel, I kind of looked at her a little bit different and thought, okay, she really is kind of just an entertainer, man. She's just a character. She hypes shit up. She makes things bigger than it really is. I get it. And to some degree, maybe that's not a completely bad thing when you're trying to draw attention to a case. I get it. I understand why people do it. It does put more eyes on a case. The problem with doing it is if you make yourself this over-the-top reality star character, you can't be pissed off when the cops don't want to have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, but
There's that. Well, there's that diving team, that Adventures with Calls or whatever.
but
The
she
cops
wasn't
actually go to them.
but she wasn't doing it to get info on the case. She did it for money, and she did it to one up Tiffany. That's all she did it for.
Yeah, see, I didn't know about that at the time either. I guess there's like a big rivalry between them two and always has been, I'm assuming.
No, not always has been.
So they were cool at one time then.
Oh yeah, they were very cool.
Okay, see, I didn't know. That's probably about the time I got here. That was in a clip tonight on the Nat Clo thing. That there was just a runoff, I guess, past you at some point where it was John talking about, if Tiffany blows by Molly's sub count, Molly will have a meltdown and spurg out. And,
We don't even think about John. Like, he's not even someone I even think about.
and see, I hate that, man, because he was one of the ones I found early on too. And I watched something he did that was kind of a documentary of something almost. I don't remember what it was, but the guy, he to me is a good talker. He's a good speaker. He's good at selling,
Oh
whatever
God,
it is he's
I
doing.
don't think so at all.
Oh, see, I think he sounds like he's on top of his shit. I do. I think he sounds like he's on top of it. It's when he goes into this everything's racist thing. That's where me and him have to draw the line there. I don't believe if I make, yeah, I'll just say it. I mean, I'm not going to say it, but I'll make the point that I don't think me making a racial joke makes me a racist. I don't think me making an off-color remark in the name of comedy is somehow hateful. I am one of those kind of free speech absolutists in the sense that I don't think people should, necessarily go to jail for saying things. I don't think that, yeah, I don't know. I just think this generation has become entirely too sensitive to that shit. I think people will make mountains out of molehills unnecessarily. I saw the clip. I saw the clip that he was talking about when you were a racist, and I saw it. That's a stretch, man. That's a stretch, John. I'm gonna be real with you, buddy. I think that was a stretch. I don't think you'd quite call a. I think one of the clips was you saying something about something being ghetto. So what? I mean, what does that automatically mean? What, I don't like black people? Where did you get that from? Like, I don't see the correlation. But whatever. I get it. That is the times we live in right now. That's actually what kind of did it for me with John. Like I said, I think there's a lot of things, man, he does well. I just can't get behind that every single thing is racist. Everything is, yeah, I don't know. And that's another thing in this community.
John went on and on and on about me and Tiffany for like a year and a half when we never even talked about him. Like, that's how pathetic and narcissistic he is. Like, just ew. John, nobody's even talking about you, and you go every fucking day. The only reason I believe he stopped, I don't know if he did or he didn't, but I think he did, was because a man went after him. He's a total race baiter piece of shit.
Oh, see, I
That's
didn't
why
know
me
about
and
that.
Tiffany ignored him and ignored him and ignored him and ignored him. It don't matter. These people don't get it. They're such assholes and so pathetic that if you ignore them, that gives them free reign to talk about you more. It's ridiculous.
Because they know it'll go unchecked and nobody will question it.
Exactly.
And see, that's what's so weird to me is some of the alliances in this community. Like, I'm not one of those people that necessarily believes you and I are cool, so every enemy I have, you automatically have to hate them too. Yeah, I'm not with all that, especially with online shit. I think it's a little bit different. But it is weird to me some of the people that don't get along in this community, but yet some of the ones that do. Like, he seems to have the issue with Tiffany, obviously has an issue with you, but he seems cool with Chasing, who I thought was cool with all of y'all, right?
Well, in the past.
See, and I remember her from a whole nother community. I didn't even know she did true crime. I just recently learned of that about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I knew her from somewhere else entirely. Um, that's weird to me. I need to go check her out. I hear good things about her. People seem to really like her. I've never actually watched any of her stuff yet, but I've.
Yeah, he freaked out. Thank you, Amber. I wasn't going to say it. He freaked out on Chasing Truth for being friends with me. So then I responded, and then Chasing Truth got mad at me and is friends with John. That was it for me. I was done. I haven't spoken to her since.
Hmm. See, that's kind of like one of those things I'm talking about. So, I have a problem with this person, so kind of you now have to have a problem with this
Oh yeah,
person, or
he
I'm going to
made
have a problem
sure
with
there was
you.
a problem. He made
And,
sure there was a problem.
and
And
see, in real life, I can kind of understand that to a degree, but it depends on what it's about. Like, if I've got two friends who are squabbling over a deal that went down between them on I don't know, a guitar, and one of them feels the other one still owes them $100, look, man, y'all got to work that shit out. That's kind of petty. I ain't getting involved in that. I'm cool with both of y'all. If we're talking about this one just got arrested, when I find out what it was about was because you allegedly assaulted my other buddy's wife. Okay, until
I
this gets
agree.
resolved, man, we got to cut contact. That's a pretty serious accusation. With online culture, it's different, man, because our entire relationship hinges on that, little X in the top right corner.
Mm-hmm.
People will hang out with people online that you would probably never speak to in real life. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
be honest. There's tons of people I talk to online that if we were like in an elevator together, I probably wouldn't even acknowledge you. It's not being an asshole. I just don't know that we would have anything in common. But by meeting in a community where we clearly both like the content, it automatically creates this tie that binds. But yeah, I'm not too big on the I don't like this person, so you can't like them either kind of shit. I think that's a little much for online relationships, but okay, I guess to each their own. And some people I do know want to stay out of drama, but right now it seems like the true crime community has kind of blurred a lot of lines with the drama community, and it seems like if there's no major happenings in any major cases, you just turn the gun on one another. It turns into this circular firing squad of, well, we ain't got no crimes to talk about, like, so yeah, fuck that guy, and it just drama ensues. It's like if there's no that was the other thing that kind of did it with me and Dolly, man. I think Dolly is a phenomenal host. He's a great talker. He is really smart at how he's built this up. But I remember, every morning he would come in, he would get a short recap of who's talking about him because he swore up and down he didn't watch it, he didn't keep up with it, that shit wasn't important to him. The drama just wasn't. That's not what we're here to do. If something's important, maybe I'll address it. But most of this is just bullshit chatter. We're here to talk about true crime. Now it seems like every notification I get on his channel is something to do with either Ernie Shell or Benny Keys.
Yeah.
It's not about any breaking developments in this case. And I think that's going to continue to be a problem because we're now 10, 11 months deep in this case. Obviously, it's moving at a snail's pace. There's not going to be any. At this point, you're so deep and so long drawn out on this case. I don't think there's going to be any developments until
I
something
think not.
breaks. I
I
don't
agree.
think there's going to be any. I think you're done. I think this case is over. And,
And
and keep in mind, it may forever be over.
I
I
know.
haven't heard anybody talk about JonBenet Ramsey. You don't get a weirder case than that, where everybody in that damn house could have been arrested,
Yeah.
and nothing ever became of it.
I
25,
agree.
30 years down the road, now everybody in that house is dead. Well, not really, but the mom's gone. Dad's not in great shape. The son's, full blown adult.
As long
Nothing
as
ever became.
people can still milk it, they are. And that's
Oh,
where Dolly
absolutely.
steps in. And now Dolly's milking it. But I have opinions about many of the followers in Summer Wells that I'll keep to myself. But what I will say publicly is many of them are sensationalists and they're drama people and they love that sensationalism. Give them sensationalism and they're happy as can be. And I'm just not that type of person. I'm not going to hype something that's nothing to be hyped. That's why I don't like this White case. There's nothing to it. People are all jumping on it. There's nothing to it. It's the same, like, we don't have any new news. It's the same fucking story.
Yeah, really. I mean, it is. It is boring. Unless they go all Mickey and Mallory Knox and start going natural born killers, just going like a roadkill rampage. Yeah, I get it. I mean, there's not a whole lot
But
happening.
there's not even like they're on a rampage. Nobody knows where they are.
Uh
There's
uh
no new info. Like there's nothing to, you can't even find a news report more than less than 2 days old. Like there's nothing to it. And you have all these creators jumping on it, talk, but there's nothing there. Like I need substance. Give me substance. Give me something to talk about, something to that I can delve into, like something. So I don't deal with a lot of missing people because there's nothing there.
Yeah,
But
I'm kind of waiting. If something does pop off, I'm kind of looking forward to it because I know all these assholes will come to Alabama to start, doing
yeah,
doing the Summer Wells thing. They'll all come to Central Alabama. It just know when your ass come to Central Alabama, I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming to see you. I'm gonna show up. Oh yes, I am.
are they
I'm
close
bringing.
to you or me? Weren't they? Are they? I don't know where they left from, but is that close to me or
Uh,
you?
it's probably closer to you.
Is it?
Yeah, it's gonna be closer to you. It's a little north of where I'm at, so it's damn near right in the middle of us. I could probably be there in about an hour,
Okay.
maybe 90 minutes, something like that. It takes me to get to like Madison and Huntsville. It takes me about 2.5 hours, maybe three tops, depending if traffic's bad. I could be to Nashville in 4 hours. And usually when I get to like Arab, Madison area, I'm usually right
Yeah,
about the state line. I'm usually about an hour outside of Nashville.
yeah,
I
because
always know when I get to Tennessee, 'cause right when I get out of the whole Huntsville area, first exit I come to in Tennessee is Elkton, Pulaski, Tennessee. That's when I know I've ripped right through Huntsville. That's the Elkton,
huh,
Pulaski, Tennessee, which
huh.
I'll never forget because there's this really really weird titty bar there. That that's all that's on the exit of Elkton, Pulaski, Tennessee is an adult bookstore, a hotel that rents by the hour, so that tells you what you're dealing
Oh my
with.
God.
And what looks like it used to be a Shoney's that's now a strip club called Big Jim's Booby Bungalow. True story, look it up. I shit you not. I've never been to a titty bar but a gift shop. Like when, when you get a coffee mug of your favorite dancer, you are in the wrong bar, bro. Get the hell out of here.
That's
Actually,
funny.
I think they shut it down now. But um, yeah, that's how I know I passed Huntsville. That's what I see. Big Jim's Movie Bungalow, Elkton, Pulaski, Tennessee.
That's
Uh,
funny.
yeah, so that was pretty much my take on. I'm gonna go into in depth about this one day because I am hell bent that when I do decide to fire my channel back up, I'm going to really get just ass deep in this true crime drama community for about 10 minutes, just because there are some things that I want to get really deep into that I don't want to, have people start swinging on you because of my views about things. So I'll save some of that, but at the same token, I mean, yeah, I don't have any real problems with anybody over here. There's some people I think are absolutely full of shit. There's some people that I think are borderline batshit crazy. There are a lot of people in this community that I feel are opportunists, and that's really all they're here for. I
Yep.
feel that this community is entirely too open arms because of the subject matter. So everybody wants to solve this case. Everybody wants to, rid the world of crime and bad people. So I think a lot of times this community is entirely too empathetic, and I think they just let people prance up in here without policing their own, which is how you get a community full of grifters and car salesmen. Um,
Good
and
point.
I think that's part of it, man. I think it's heartstring subject matter, so it makes it easy for somebody like myself, even just to walk in here and start selling you a bunch of snake oil and telling you how we're gonna save this and we're gonna find this and we're gonna fix this and we're gonna find this little girl and here's my cash app for $20. You two can bring this little girl home. And I think it's a sales pitch in a lot of cases. And I think people want to believe it. So they donate. And the more you donate, the more it's like flies to shit, man. It brings more and more people coming with their hands out. And I
Hmm.
think that's going to be an ongoing problem until, I don't really know how you fix it. I don't really know that you can. I think it's part of internet culture. It's part of YouTube. It's just kind of the nature of the beast, man. And if you don't say anything about it, it continues to grow. And if you address it, it's like dumping gas on a fire. It
Yep.
grows faster.
It
So,
depends. It depends who
it,
you are.
it does. It does. It's a bad business model either way it goes. Because if I don't address you, I'm a chicken shit who's not paying it no mind. And if I do address it, I'm actually making you bigger than you were yesterday.
Yep. That's
It,
exactly right.
it's truly an imperfect system.
And
So
that's why I've learned not to address it. But let me just interrupt you for a second.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Julie, Woodstock has like less than 1,600 people living in it. It's a tiny town.
Woodstock? Oh yeah, it's a little bitty place.
It's only, yeah, 50,
Oh, you talking
60.
about Woodstock, New York?
No, Woodstock, Alabama.
Yeah, I was gonna say Woodstock, Alabama is absolutely tiny. It's
Yeah,
itty
Woodstock,
bitty.
Alabama's tiny. She asked me about it. She
There's
asked me
actually
how
a
what
little
about.
bar that we used to play in Woodstock. I can't even remember the name of it now. There's a little place in Woodstock, Alabama we used to play. Took us forever to find it the first couple times because when I say it's in the middle of nowhere, it is in the middle of nowhere. Uh, like literally, it gets to a part when we get to this club the first time that the GPS just has a dot floating on a white screen. Like that's when you know you in the woods, man. When the
That's
dot
true.
don't have roads anymore and your dot is just floating in the
That's true.
abyss. When the dot's floating in the abyss, you're in trouble.
In 2010, it had 1,400. It's grown 12%. Why do you want to know? It's grown 12% in 10 years. She asked me about it. I didn't go to beauty school there. Oh, it's near Bessemer.
Yeah, Bessemer, Alabama. Yeah, there's all kind of places we play in Bessemer. I got a whole bunch of family from Bessemer and Pleasant Grove area, which is right on top of each other. Like
There's
it's
only
literally two or three. That's actually Bessemer is where we met John Travolta.
no shit.
Yeah, Bessemer. He was shooting a movie up here in Talladega. That's
Oh,
kind of a twist on Earnhardt and that kind of story. It's him and Shania Twain and the little curly headed kid from Game of Thrones, which I'd never watched. And they shot their scenes up in Talladega, and I guess John wanted to go and hang out somewhere. So my buddy's band was playing at this little place called Beer Garden, which is I'm talking dive bar, roadhouse, honky tonk, like
yeah,
it absolutely. And a gaggle of people pull up and come running in, go, man, John Travolta's out in the parking lot, bro. And we're like, in Bessemer, Alabama? Like it's a standing joke. If you gave Alabama an enema, they would stick it in Bessemer. Like I'm
yeah.
telling you, Bessemer is that. Bessemer is something else, man. And yeah, he just shows up at the bar with his entourage of people, and it was actually cool as hell, man. Everybody, I mean, super nice. He sat there and drank
Shut
beer
up.
all night, took pictures, and
Shut up. I want to hear it.
his gaggle of
I want
Scientologists.
to hear it. By the way, Monkey's mama wants to know how your little piggy is.
That's actually why I just walked out of the room because he just got up. That's half the reason I was going. I was like, "Cool, man, the pig's asleep." I got hardwood floors throughout the house and hoofs, so a lot of times, man, I get these earbuds in. It's loud as shit.
I want to see.
Um,
I
and
want
he
to see.
just got up. He just got up. Was wanting to go to the bathroom. Like, hold on, I'll mute and I'll just turn the camera on for a second so it's not
All
super loud. Hold on.
right. I see bacon. Oh my god. I see bacon. The podcast S Town was in Woodstock, Alabama. Okay. Yo, I see bacon.
He's a trip, man. He is an absolute trip.
I see
Uh,
bacon. Bacon.
yeah, there is a. They do a. What the hell is it? What do you call it? There is a podcast that's done out of there. Because the first time we played, they have this kind of an outdoor amphitheater that the same people own. And somehow we got hooked up to play it one time. And part of that is you go in and do this little podcast with these people in Woodstock, Alabama. It's a really nice studio. And we actually, we were on that probably 7, 8 years ago. It was a long time ago.
That's
Uh,
cool.
back when I was a younger man. That was God almighty, I am old. Holy shit.
So
Woo!
what made you get a pet pig?
Uh, ex-wife actually. She had been wanting one, and then we watched. a documentary on Netflix called Fire Festival, the greatest party that never happened. It
Yeah.
was all about that big scandal. And they were showing the part about the swimming pigs on a little island. And she's like, holy shit, the pigs swim. We have to get a mini pig. And I was like, sweetheart, they don't stay mini forever. You understand? See, everybody I know went out and bought pot bellies when that was the thing about 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And they all ended up with a 250-pound pig. Now, it ain't quite like county fair, prize winning sow. But, I mean, still, 250 pounds, that's a big ass animal roaming around your house. And so then we found these Juliana pigs, which full grown, they're about 45 to like 65 pounds, which is what he is. And she kept saying shit about it, and I was just ignoring it because we already had, a rabbit, a chiweenie, what the hell, hedgehog, a hedgehog, and I thought, yeah, that's what we need is a pig. That'll be fantastic. So I just kind of ignored it, and then one day, I guess she convinced her dad to go and buy one, and I'll never forget it. I was coming home. She said, hey, my dad came by. He left something on the porch. Just wanted to give you a heads up. And I'm thinking, okay, it sounds like some shit I'm going to have to take care of, but all right, what we got? And I'll never forget, man. I show up, and let me let him walk ahead because this will be loud as shit. Go ahead, TP. I'll be there in a minute, baby. I'll be there in a minute, baby. Go ahead. Go do your thing. I'll be in a second. And so, anyway, I come walking up the stairs, and there was a little crate. Tiny little crate, little bitty crate, like the smallest crate, travel size crate you can get. I'm thinking, okay, I can deal with this. What are we talking? 5, 10 pound dog. She had been wanting a Yorkie, so I'm thinking, okay, we got an expensive ass dog. I'm praying that it's a French bulldog. It's probably a Yorkie. And I bend down to the gate as I'm walking up the stairs, so I'm kind of in stride, and I stick my face down to this little tiny crate. And I'm like, hey, buddy, what are you doing? I hear, Reek! And I'm like, oh, shit, you've got to be kidding me. And so, needless to say, the pig outlasts the marriage, and I didn't have the heart to get rid of him. So now it's just a boy and his pig living in this
Aw.
giant ass house that's really unnecessary for two people. But yeah, it's pretty much just me and the pig and a Chiweenie dog. So that's the
Wow.
lifestyle of the Willow residents is a bachelor and a pig. there's
Okay.
got to be there's got to be a sitcom in this somewhere. A&E, get at me. We can make it
Yeah,
happen.
right.
A boy and his pig. We can do it.
How
I am
much?
convinced people will tune in.
How much does he weigh?
About 65 pounds, maybe 75, something like
Damn,
that.
at five
It's
dollars a pound. At $5 a pound, you could be rich.
Oh yeah, the price of bacon right now in Biden's America, shit, that's a mortgage payment right there. Absolutely, we be plenty good.
Now
No,
you
I couldn't get rid of him, man. I couldn't. I didn't. He's a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. He's one of the hardest animals I've ever owned in my life. You gotta have his teeth done, gotta have his hoofs done, gotta lube him up about once a week with lotion because he gets dry skin. So he always smells good. He smells like cocoa butter right now. Um,
Kim,
they're
I would
super clean.
like bacon. I'd be like, "Oh, here, pig, you want some bacon?" And I'd give him bacon. Probably be eating his brother. Um,
They're super clean. I mean, I will give him that. I mean, they're the tidiest animal I've ever dealt with in my life. Like just then, he got up, he was asleep on the couch, jumped down, looked at me a couple of times, walks about halfway to the hallway, turns around, looks again, says, "Hey, you coming?" I walk with him. He goes outside. He does have a litter box, but he rarely uses it. I mean, for the most part, I'm here, so I just let him out. But yeah, he's cool.
does he kiss you like a dog?
Oh yeah. He'll get right up, and they do these things they call happy pants, which is like
Yeah.
this weird panting sound that he makes, where he basically opens his little mouth and blows like really hot air in your face and does this whole kind of thing. That's
That's
like pig kisses. It's weird. It's cute though. It is. It's
aw.
cute.
I would
Every
not
morning.
trade him for a pig.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're not bad. They're really not. They're actually pretty social animals. Super smart. They say it's about the equivalent of having a, 3-year-old. That's about right. He's super smart. Like smarter than. I mean, I've had some smart ass dogs, but this pig's next level smart. Like he's smart enough to know that he was trained to go outside like the dogs by giving him these little blueberry treats. And so he will basically false flag sometimes. He'll go stand at the door so you'll let him out. And you can kind of tell when he's bullshitting. Because normally he's just going to walk over here to this side of the yard and do his business and that'll be it. But sometimes you'll see him walk way, way, way across the yard. You better go check on that. because chances are he just walked way over there where you can't see what he's doing, and he just stands really still for a minute, and then he just walks back to the door like, hey, man, let me go in them blueberries. And you walk over there, and there ain't not a blade of wet grass over there. Nothing. He just went and stood very still. He's sandbagging for blueberries is what he's doing right now. So,
Aw.
yeah, he's clever. He's definitely a clever animal. Definitely one of the smartest animals I've ever had. Like I said, that's the only real drawback is you got to have his teeth done about once every year or so, which they have to be removed. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Buy a girl. Knowing what I know now, get the girl. The girl don't have tusks. He does. I mean, they're little, but they're still big enough to be a problem. I mean, if he decided to, be a handful, it could be. So you do have to have his teeth removed every couple of years. Not cheap. And the hoofs, either make sure he gets used to it early on, or you're gonna have to pay somebody to come and do it. Which usually the only way they'll do it is they have this thing, kind of like fainting goats, that if you touch him on the belly, he just drops like you shot him. Like literally, you touch him on the belly, he just flops over on the side. Bam, that's it. Get my belly, and he just drops right where he's at. And then, so long as you'll continue petting the belly, you can start filing the hoofs. But you've got to keep him occupied, man. Somebody has to be a designated belly rubber, and it's kind of the same thing with bathing him. I think I have the only pig that doesn't like water, so we have to do the peanut butter trick. The peanut butter trick is where we have this big magnetic bowl that mounts to things, and we would just put peanut butter all over the bowl because that pig will stand there for 2 days. He will not leave an ounce of peanut butter on that bowl. Dude, you could shave him, shoot him, smack him, feed him. It don't make a damn. Put some peanut butter on a bowl, and he's there. He is glued until the peanut butter is gone. So that's kind of how I have to bathe him. So there's little tricks that you'll learn after you have one. But yeah, it's definitely one of the coolest animals I've ever owned. I will definitely say that. And they're not super expensive. I think that one was maybe, I don't know, $400 or $500. Cheaper than some dogs. I mean, hell, your dog was probably higher than that. I mean, I've seen some of those. Yeah, I see some of the Yorkies and Frenchies, man, tapping $2-3 grand sometimes. So they're
Yeah,
not super
no, I
bad.
got mine from a breeder here in Alabama, about an hour and a half south or north. I don't know, but she charged 1,000.
Yeah, that dog's expensive as shit. I figured it probably was. Those dogs are
Yeah,
high dollar
no,
little dogs.
most mini Maltese that are under 5 pounds at full length, at full growth, are like $7,000.
Oh, that's right. You got a Maltese. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that dog's expensive.
purebred
Absolutely
mini
expensive.
Maltese, who's 4 pounds at full length.
Oh God, yeah.
They're
That
like
small,
literally $7,000. It's crazy.
extremely expensive. Got a buddy of mine dropped about 3,800 on a damn French bulldog. I thought that was insane.
So did mine.
Uh,
My friend spent
yeah,
like seven
that's
thousand dollars on a fucking dog.
crazy,
I said, "You're insane."
crazy, crazy, crazy.
I agree.
Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I think about the most I've ever dropped on an animal was that was probably about it. It's about $500-600. Like I said, the pig I didn't pay for him. The pig was kind of just forced under my porch.
Mhm.
Um, but in hindsight, man, I'm kind of glad it happened. Really, that was the only real thing. And we're still kind of going through the divorce. That's still happening even as we speak. So ultimately, this may not be my house when it's all said and done. It's highly unlikely that it won't. Which I'm a little concerned about that because pigs are very fight or flight. They like routines. They don't like you shaking up the routine. They want things to be a certain way. I'm a little concerned about that. He hasn't had a whole lot of time in cars and riding, and obviously wherever I go has to have somewhere that'll take him, and it has to have at least some sort of fenced-in area because I'm not getting rid of the pig. That is not happening.
Aw.
Me and that pig will both be on the streets. We will both be living in a four-door Dodge Hemi. We will both be living in that big-ass truck out in the yard with the lift kit. We will both live in that truck before I get rid of that pig. That
Yo,
ain't happening.
Mari has a good idea. I said, Willow, you should start a channel called Me and My Pig Channel.
Oh, I've had so many people hit me up, dude. When this whole divorce thing started, I mean, being a musician is actually what I do for a living. So I go through times that I'm really, really busy, and I go through times where I'm really, really not. And COVID has just wiped me. I mean, it did me in. I mean, if you're corn, if you're up church, if you're Any of these people, sure, you're fine. You'll survive this. If you're that
Huh.
mid-level band like we are, where we're just opening up for the up churches or the corns, we took a hit. I mean, bad. And so, yeah, my income has taken just a blasting over the last 2 years. And I'm not gonna lie. I've had people, dude, why'd you leave YouTube, man? You were doing pretty good on YouTube. Just go back to the strength. If I was smart, I would have been doing that the last 2 years. I kind of abandoned my channel. I kind of walked away for a while. And to be honest with you, it was kind of in part the drama. And I like dragging people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really enjoy kicking the shit out of people on the internet. It's kind of my thing. I'm like one of those people that just likes to do funny little videos where I just burn people because I like talking shit. I genuinely enjoy it. Sometimes it gets a little personal. I don't usually take it very personal, but some people do. And it's also the disingenuous parts of YouTube that bother me sometimes. I refuse to create drama where there isn't any. I
Yeah.
refuse to boldface lie. I won't make mountains out of molehills. If it's something I generally don't think is an important enough deal to speak on, I won't.
Well,
And
that's
it
just
just kind of,
what they do. That's all they do.
yeah, it just kind of got to where it felt fraudulent. So I did. I kind of quit doing YouTube for about a year, man. I haven't done any uploads on my channel in almost a year. And I started going around this community and hanging out with people and hopping on panels and meeting a lot of folks. And so I've actually been approached about it, and a lot of my buddies have been saying the same thing. They're like, bro, you wouldn't be in near this much trouble if you just stayed on YouTube. You could probably go ahead and pay that house. Like, dude, do a channel with the pig, man. Just put a vlog channel with a boy and his pig. I have heard that probably 60 times going, people will tune in to watch that pig, bro. I'm telling you. Just do some rant videos and do pig videos. You'll be fine. You'll be like the Ace family, but with a pig. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Although, hell, I may do it eventually. Give the pig his own Instagram or something, see where that goes. But he is a huge part of the channel, and actually, I've kind of I actually had a little intro made. As a matter of fact, obviously, I haven't used it yet, but I have an intro made that I will tell you incorporates a lot of the pig. It does. Actually, it's almost all about the pig. So the
I almost
pig is
did
going to
a
become
channel about the dog. When I first got Winston, I almost did a channel about him. And then
people love it.
it was too much work.
That's the thing, man. It's hard to. If there was a way I could slap a GoPro on him and just let him rip. But the problem is, I'm not sure how well it would come out on video because you got to think the pig just walks around with his nose flat to the ground. That's all he does. He just walks around with his nose flat to the ground, just oinking along the floor, clacking, and just loud. I mean, he's loud, he grunts, he makes funny noises, and about every 5 minutes I have to say, hey, buddy, come here. Come here, buddy. And I have to wipe his face off because he's got carpet lint, rug lint. If there's a piece of dust anywhere in his house, he's found it. It's on his nose. I feel bad. Most people like, he's a pig. He eats dirt, bro. Let it go. Nope, I can't do it. I wipe his face about every 20 minutes at least. I'll go wake him up to wipe his face off. As a matter of fact, I just posted a picture of him in somebody's Discord just a minute ago because I'd actually kind of fell asleep in my recliner a minute ago, sitting there petting him, and he'd burrowed himself on the ottoman next to me under the blanket, and all you saw was this little bit of nose sticking out because it does this constant wiggle thing. And I roll over and I look, and it's just right in my face, like almost nose flat to my forehead. So I just rolled over, kind of looked at him for a minute. I don't know why. I just reached over and grabbed my phone. I stuck my phone like right to his face and took a picture right up his nose. Like you see all the way, almost to his brain probably. And I took this picture. I posted it in somebody's Discord. It might be an RDA. It's either an RDA or it might be Outcast. I don't know. It's somebody's Discord I'm in. Because everybody knows about the pig now. The pig has kind of become kind of the star of the show. He really has. He's like definitely a major point of attention in this household right now is the pig. So that's all I asked for. That's all I asked for in the separation was, look, man, the pig stays. I don't care what else happens. You can take whatever. You can take everything in this house. The pig stay. Obviously, vape gear, music equipment, pig. That's it. Other than that, take it all. None of it's that important. I can buy more pointless, materialistic shit later. The pig lives, they say, for 15 to like 25 years. This particular.
How long?
Yeah. So I figure I've only had him for like 4 years. I figure I still got at least a good decade out this pig. I'm getting my money out this pig. Me and the pig going the distance. We in it for the long haul. But anyway, I do apologize for kind of derailing your show, Miss Laura. I'm
It's all
sorry.
right. I didn't really
I
have much to talk about. I just
yeah.
wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, and I wasn't going to stay on this long.
Well, I didn't really either. I just when I saw you go live, or I saw the reminder go up, I said, "Oh, she saw the show. She saw it. Yep." I said, "I'm totally chiming in on this. If she goes at him, I'm getting in on it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm totally doing it."
He's not worth my
And yeah, I did know that you hadn't seen it, so I kind of feel like an asshole for bringing it up now.
No, I knew about it because someone sent me the screenshot, and told me to strike him. But I don't watch him. Like I could care less about him. What I do know about him is that he's a punk ass bitch. That's what I know about him.
And there you go, Nacho. Suck it.
You know, that's the only thing I know about him.
Oh
I've
shit.
never interacted with him. I've never talked to him. I know nothing about him other than what I've heard. And from what I've heard, he's a punk ass bitch. He has a fallout with one and go ran to the other. Gave gave screenshots or something of Steph's and RDA's to the pony. That's a punk ass bitch. You're a fucking guy.
Yeah, see, and that's kind of a rule I have too about online stuff, man. And that was kind of what kind of detoured me from it for a while too, was the fact that uh, I have this thing that says, look, if you and I are friends today, even if we have a falling out tomorrow, whatever you said to me in that window of time
Hmm.
is still cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, oh, now that I don't like you over some petty bullshit, I'm not gonna go air it all over the place. Um, and I also kind of try to keep anything that I speak on to public knowledge. In other
Hmm.
words, if something happens behind the scenes, even if a whole bunch of Patreons know about it, or if a whole bunch of channel members know about it, I don't care if it hasn't been blasted on YouTube, because to me that is what social media is about. It's about that tit for tat, and if it hasn't been publicly displayed yet, I'm not going to be the one to bring it to the table. Now, if you put it out there, I don't care if you come to your senses and delete the video 8 minutes later. Done deal. If you put it out there, it's in play. But if you don't put it out there, I won't speak on it. I don't care what kind of dirt I know about you. I won't do it.
But even
Um,
just bringing it to them, like, why, dude? Like, that's something a little girl does. That's something I would
yeah.
expect from my 16, 17-year-old, not something I expect from a guy. If my sons did that, I would be mortified. Like,
Well,
that's just not how guys are. Guys just don't act like that. And if
I
you do,
have to
you're a punk ass
also
bitch.
the problem I kind of had with it was to say that apparently this came down to something along the lines of, and I could be speaking out of turn here a little bit, but the gist I got of it was he had a thing for Stev. She did not obviously feel the same way, and from what I understand, that somehow became a problem. So to now suddenly turn and say all these horrible things about her, it kind of makes me really just question your judgment a little bit, because 10 minutes ago she was exactly what you wanted.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
I mean, so what happened? I mean,
He's a punk
now,
ass
yeah, now all of a sudden she's the worst human being ever.
bitch. Hmm.
And she, is a horrible parent, and just, it's all this, bullshit, man. And that's one thing about this community, too, that you can tell it's women driven. Because look, hey, swatting and doxing, that is not new shit. That has been going on since the dawn of YouTube. It's basically a tactic used for people who cannot beat you verbally. If they
Hmm.
can't win in the battle of words and wits, they turn to real life attacks.
Hmm.
And swatting and doxing, yes, pretty common. When I started hearing about the amount of CPS calls that goes down in this shit, I was
Dude,
like,
I had
what?
5.
CPS calls? Yeah, that's insane. That is
Tell me
insane.
about it.
Dude, even if I think you're kind of, I ain't gonna bullshit. There's one chick, and I don't really know what you'd call her in this community. I would put her more in the drama community. There's one chick I kind of go back and forth with that has been going down for a while, but we have years of history, and despite some of the lackluster shit that I think she does, even at her worst of worst moment, for what it's worth, I will always believe that a child is better off with their actual biological parents than,
I agree.
with the ward of the state.
Hmm.
Unless you're, putting out cigarettes on this kid's forehead and got a meth lab in the kitchen.
I
For
agree.
the most part, I'm going to say that I think the child is better off with their actual parents. And I'm damn sure not ever going to be in favor of calling CPS on some shit that you really don't know what's going down. You know a character on the internet. You don't really know that that child's not being taken care of. You don't really know. And while I don't think it's very smart to play the role of a shit parent, because the optics of the internet matters. And if you give people something to latch on to think that you're a shitty parent, they'll take you up on it. 100%.
Yeah, but with mine wasn't about being a shitty parent. Everyone knew that I'm a good mom, a great mom. But simply they just wanted to fucking do something. They wanted to get me because they're too fucking weak to do it any other way. And they can't even drag me themselves. They have to ask somebody else to do it. So let's call
Voices said she had somebody call a wellness check on her 84-year-old grandmother.
Who did?
Voices. Holy shit. Really? See
What?
that? Come on.
Yeah, but that's not our community. That's NC community.
And see, yeah, I don't know anything about her either. Like nothing. Like absolutely nothing. I went in her chat a couple of times. I made a couple of statements that I thought were clearly jokes. That apparently somebody swinging a wrench in there didn't think it was a joke. I thought it was undoubtedly a joke. Like it wasn't even nothing crazy. Like it wasn't nothing. I wasn't even there like singing WOG songs or anything. It was nothing to do with that. I don't even remember what it was. I mean, it was a mindless joke. It was nothing about, because I'm not really one to do the physical appearance thing either. I don't do it. I might will do it with people I know a little bit better, or people I have a history with, or other guys. Especially being the guy in a predominantly female-driven community, I don't think nothing good becomes of me calling you a fat ass. I don't think anything is ever that is not going to age well when somebody in my family can go back and see where I bagged on some mother of four's child, or her weight, or her hair, or
Oh, but they delete all their videos.
that is true too. Yes, there seems to be a whole lot of talk shit now and delete
Yep.
it or stick it behind a paywall.
Yep.
Because if I stick it behind a paywall, obviously only my most devout followers will see it that absolutely believe everything I say is the gospel anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually what really got me paying attention to MGL was Summer Wells. We're going to find Summer Wells. Give me money, Summer Wells, and paywall, members only.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, now hold the hell up. It's about bringing awareness to this case and this missing child. So we can only bring awareness to it for $19.99 a month, huh?
Exactly.
Huh. Ain't that convenient?
Exactly
It's
right.
like shit. That just smells bad, man. That looks horrible.
That's why I pretty much walked away from this community and said, I don't care if these people watch me. I don't care if they follow me. I'm over it. I could get 400 or 500 people again by fucking screaming my head off, acting like an asshole. I'm not doing it.
Is she even around anymore, Natasha Cooper? Didn't her channel get hit or something?
What'd you say?
Natasha Cooper. I just saw him talking about Natasha in the chat. I thought her channel went down. Didn't she get struck or something? Something happened to her?
She's lost like 5 channels. She keeps coming back. But I don't understand why people are trying to get rid of her, because then they'd have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, and oh wow, see that? I don't know enough about her to know what people dislike about her. Only thing I've ever been told about her was I've caught maybe 3 things from her. I see this constant back and forth between her and Robbie.
Yeah.
I see this constant back and forth between her and what I'm assuming is a friend of Robbie's named Siren. And I see, oh yeah, somebody sent me a news clip where she made mainstream media local news, I guess, about misappropriating funds.
She robbed somebody.
Uh-huh. And I am definitely not a big supporter of mainstream media. I think they're just as full of shit as most YouTubers nowadays. But I will say, for them to do an entire news piece on it, there may or may not be fire, but there was damn sure smoke from something. And
hold on, let me tell you something too. That's the other reason why I won't fight with these people, because they're all up Natasha's ass. Natasha is a proven liar and scammer, and they're all up her ass. Bitches, sit the fuck down. Like, it's
dude.
embarrassing. I would be embarrassed if I was them, to be
The
honest. I
the
really
actually very first chat of hers I went into, I couldn't make a joke or talk because it was members only. And I remember looking at my clock, and it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was members only, and it had 890 some odd people in the chat, which means she has
yeah.
890 something paid channel members that were still in her chat at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, God Almighty, if they're all just $3 tier,
No,
holy
that
shit.
doesn't work like that. Anybody can watch it. When you have
Well,
an
yeah, I guess that's true. I guess
anyone
that's
can
true.
watch, you just can't chat. I'm sure she didn't have
Okay, yes,
800
that's true.
people participating.
I was gonna say, man, if if she's got 890 something paid members active at 1 o'clock in the morning, good lord, that's some serious money, man. That's
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, I have
Um,
over 200 members, and when I do a members only live, maybe I get 50 in here. Maybe. And I still have over 200 members. It makes no
see,
sense to me.
and that's and I don't. I mean, like I said, I haven't watched her enough to have a valid opinion, but I've watched her enough to know that I don't see her doing anything that's abnormal or that's not to sound like an asshole, but I don't see her doing anything that puts her leaps and bounds above everybody else's numbers.
No,
I
she's
mean,
entertaining, but it's her lies. People drag on to her because of her lies. Because what lie is she going to come out with today? And like now, her latest is that she's trademarking her name. There's a very famous writer with her name. I don't think she could trademark her own name, especially when there's famous people with her name.
ooh,
So
I
good
wonder if
luck.
that I wonder if that helps the numbers a little bit when you search her. it's,
I
it's
don't
like,
know, but it's ridiculous. Like there's literally famous people with her exact name.
but
So
see, all
I
the
really
ponies like
doubt you're
her.
going to be able to trademark it.
I've never asked any. I mean, Starlight. Starlight's always been cool with me for the most part.
Starlight's an asshole.
Yeah, she accused me of a couple things, but she's since kind of been cool, and I don't have any issues with any of them, man. They've all been cool and respectful with me. I've heard of some back and forth dramas and shit and I finally told her and a bunch of guys on Bombshells panel like last week, and I just said, look, I'm kind of treating this community like it was born the day I got here, because that way I'm not really beholden to the lore, because really some of the histories between some of these creators go back 3-4 years, that by the time I went back and learned all the happenings to formulate my own opinion, there will be so much shit went down in the last week. When I come back, I'll be lost again.
Yeah, but
So
even
at this
in the last 6 months, you can see what's going on. Like
and
to me,
that's kind of the thing. It's been long enough now. I at least have my own opinion about who's really the shit stirrer, who's the instigator, who's making
exactly.
mountains out of shit. It's
And they're all the
unnecessary.
same. They're all the same. They run back to each other. They can never panel up by themselves. They always have to have a crew with them. None of them can drag. All they can do is talk shit when nobody's talking about them. Or God forbid someone talks about them, but it's very interesting. They claim to be so innocent. CPS has never been called on them. All these things that happen to everybody else that they're against, none of it has ever happened to them. There's a reason.
Well, see, and that's actually what kind of made me raise the question about tonight. Was, like I said, even Naklo, man, he's always been super cool with me. I ain't got no beef with him. But I do question the legitimacy of some of the, I guess, the maneuvering. We'll say that, to
Yeah.
say that you know if I'm watching just this week a lot of truce being called. Now, do I believe that shit? Of course not. Truce between different little cliques and factions on the internet just means we're going to be cool for a couple of weeks till one of y'all fuck up. Yeah, that's all that means. That means we'll be back at it next week. We just ain't got nothing going on today. Because if you're going to call yourself the drama community, well, guess what? No drama means no content. No content means no views. So you can't die on the hill of calling truce with everybody. That
But
means you ain't got shit to talk about.
But that's why
So,
they just go back to me because they know I'm not fighting with them because they
and
know I
that's kind of
don't
what I
care.
was getting at, was to say that if you're going to call truce with other people who you have clearly had some sense of back and forth, and I don't know who started it, but you have at least had some back and forth with these people, but you're calling it truce. I know at least in the 6 months that I've been here, I've damn sure never seen you like
Nope.
hardcore go at anybody. I mean, there might be a snide remark, even quick here and there, just in passing, but you can't
Exactly.
call that shit talking, man. I mean,
Exactly.
if that's the case, then we're all in trouble because
Yep.
that means every foul opinion I've ever had about you behind the scenes is in play too, which
Yep.
now means you can go live and talk shit anytime you want to and just tell your
Yep.
audience, oh, he's talking shit behind the scenes, but you can't prove that.
Ding, ding, ding. That's you just hit it right on the
it,
head.
it gives you the go ahead to make shit where there wasn't shit.
Yep.
And that's exactly how that works. I mean, because now that means you're saying, so I can't talk about you at all. That means while I'm sitting on the couch, I can't look over my homeboy and go, "Yeah, that girl right there is full of shit, dog."
Yep.
Why? Because I said it to my homeboy on the couch. That's not social media blasting to me. Unless I say it publicly out loud in front of an audience, it really shouldn't matter what I say in Discord, or it shouldn't matter what I say to my Patreons. It shouldn't matter what I say. Now, I also understand that don't think for 1 minute that Patreons don't walk right outside and spew shit that they heard behind the scenes too. Of course they do. That's part of the
There,
game.
there's a creator who's no longer here, and she did that to me. If I said something in passing, all of a sudden there were 15 days of lives. I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? And then, oh, Laura said it first. Laura, why? Because I said you were an asshole? That meant 15 days of lives? Like, bitch, sit the fuck down.
Yeah, see that to me is that's a little much of a reach. I mean, most of the time, if you just say that that Willow guy, he's a real jackass, I'm probably not
That
even gonna
would be
respond to
15
that.
days of lives.
I'm not even gonna respond to that. I'm gonna say, yeah, she ain't wrong. I
Yeah.
mean, that's gonna be the end of that. I mean, now if you go off on a 30-minute tangent about it, okay, now I might say something about it, but I'm not gonna devote, the next week of my time to it. Because to me that doesn't look good either.
That,
If I give you that much time, that kind of means you're winning.
yep.
So I don't really want to do that either. It is a check and balance of when to go at somebody, when not to go at them, how hard to go at them. If to go at them at all. Sometimes it's just not worth it. Now y'all are all pretty well. Now that's probably not true. I don't know about all of their channels. What do you got on here? You got what, 15,
Yeah,
20,000? You got a pretty damn, yeah. So you probably are bigger than most of their channels.
I am.
Um, yeah, so in that case, maybe they gain from it. Maybe they do. Because there is that sweet spot. Like, for instance, you and I go at it. Most people gain something from the interaction on both sides. I have like maybe 1,000 subscribers, not many. There is nothing you're going to gain from fighting with me. I will be the winner of that, 100%.
But that's how I felt
Because,
about Nacho. That's why how I
well,
like
true that.
Mandy Lynn. She's been. I basically built her channel, but she's still not even at 2,000 subs. She's been at this for 3 years. Like, bitch, I could do 2,000 subs in 6 months. Why would I fucking fight with you? Like, you're not worth fighting with. That's what
It,
I realized a couple of months, like not even a couple months, like a year ago. Like, why would I fight with you? It does me no good. I'm not gaining anything. I'm not
nope.
gaining subs. My subs and my paid supporters don't want me in drama. Why the fuck would I fight with you? So you want to talk your shit all day because that's the only way you get content, then go right ahead. But I'm not going to fight with you back because you're beneath me. Sorry, but you are.
Yeah,
And
it really won't gain you anything. It won't.
nope.
I mean, like literally nothing. I mean, what, 3 subs maybe that don't already know who you are?
I
So
don't
it isn't. It's not beneficial for you at
nope.
all. Um, and I think that kind of applies to several little cliques inside of this community. I mean, I'm very aware of Social Blade. I am a numbers guy. I have no problem saying it. I say it to people all the time that if I do come back, because I used to do an actual pretty lengthy podcast on YouTube. If I come back and start actually doing this full time, 2-3 nights a week of an actual show, yeah, I do want compensated for it. Absolutely. I'm very much here for numbers and money, views, 100%. If I wasn't in it for the views, I wouldn't spend this much time editing videos, researching. Of course, I put a lot of time into it. Sure, you want to see some sort of net gain from it. And I don't think that that's wrong to say that. I think that's actually what really hurts a lot of this community so bad is that they all claim transparency, but it's far from it because everybody tries to deny the views. They try to deny the money. I think that's really where everybody fucks up. I mean, own it. Some of these channels, like Look at Dolly's channel. When Dolly started on that channel, I think he had about 7,000 subs. Inside of the last month, dude, he shot up about 5,000 subs. He's picking up about 1,250 a week, according to Social Blade. Like he's climbing, and so it's working. So I understand why he does it. The only thing that I would recommend to some of these people different is just own it. Own the
I
fact that it's a show. Own the fact it's entertainment. You know, I tell people up front, part of that intro, it says it. This is an entertainment-based show, man. Don't, by all means, I hope to God people can tell the difference from when I'm being kind of satirical versus what I'm telling you to be the truth as I know it. Uh,
see, but
yes.
I don't find talking about people getting stressed out, yelling. I don't find that entertaining, and I certainly don't find it entertaining listening to someone else's drama. But that's just me. I find that boring as hell when they all go on a panel talking. They don't look at chat. They have no interest in chat, and it's like listening to a phone call. Nothing bores me more.
It is, and there's times that, look, I can't lie, I'm guilty of it. I am. We have become that generation that, we don't give a shit about the guy who trekked up the side of Mount Everest, but bet your ass we'll put 20 million views on a jackass who did the milk crate challenge.
Yeah.
We don't give two shits about the guy who just wrote the next Stairway to Heaven, but we'll all tune in to watch some 15-year-old snort a condom or eat a Tide Pod. We we have become the generation of instant gratification, where everybody wants to be a rock star, but nobody wants to learn the chords. You know what I'm saying? And we reward stupidity. Not talent. Used to be famous on YouTube, you had to juggle chainsaws, or jump really high, or run really fast, or throw a football, or rap good, or play an instrument. Now you can just act a fool, and we reward that shit, man. We literally have kids that are brokering $1 million deals on TikToks by being an influencer, and they're like a bunch of little 15-year-old Kardashians. They're famous for not shit.
I know.
They're famous for nothing. They're famous for looking really, really good in a pair of shorts and having good eye makeup.
It's true.
That's what they're famous for. And then we wonder why these kids are turning into little douches. We wonder why, everybody's having mental breakdowns when their sub count drops, or when their numbers start dropping off on their live streams. No wonder these kids are having mental breakdowns, and they're all doped up on a million different prescriptions right now. We have literally taught these kids what real life is that ain't real life. Nobody lives life like what you see on Instagram. Nobody. Not even Dan Blazarian. Nobody drives around in $2 million cars all day banging fucking Victoria's Secret models. Nobody does that. Trust me, I've tried every way possible. That ain't how it goes down. It's never how it goes down.
I have to cut this. I'm already an hour.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's just I got to get back to this website.
You're supposed to be working.
Coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. I am sorry I derailed your shit though and kept you so long. So I apologize.
I just went an hour over.
Yeah. We into this deep now. I'm gonna get you gonna get all kinds of videos tomorrow. Your ass in trouble, girl. We done burnt some shit down tonight. Shit gonna be real. It's gonna be fun though. We're gonna have a good time tomorrow. We have plenty of shit to talk about.
Let them make whatever videos they're making. They're making them for themselves, because I don't watch them. I don't care about them. Like, it's keep regurgitating and throwing up the same shit for this over and over and over and over. And you know what's worse though? You know what's worse than the creators? The fucking idiots that watch this same clips over and over and over. It's not
like it's a breaking development.
It's not even like they have new people. It's the same fucking people in their chat saying the exact same comments they said 3 years ago. Like, oh my God, people, move the fuck on.
Social media, man. You gotta love it. Hey, good to your shit, man. Miss Laura, thank you for having me up, sweetheart. I appreciate it. And chat, everybody, y'all have a good night. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. And I'm going to go in here and clean out this potato that I blew up in this brand new microwave. All right, sweetheart. Be good. Later.
All right. So that went way longer than expected. But on that note, I am getting off, though. I really got to get back to this website, and I got to get to bed. So I want to thank you guys for coming in. I hope everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day. I swear I didn't even realize it was a month that Brad died today. I can't believe it's been a month. It feels like forever. It feels like it was so long ago already. But wow, it's a month. Crazy. So let me get back to this website. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. And that's it. Peace out. And definitely watch Welcome to Eden. I'm telling you guys, it's sick. Sick. So, y'all weird. I'm telling y'all, all right, guys. I'll see you later. Happy Mom's Day. Peace.